The following program has been rated PG-13.
Shalom Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of His Word. And family, once again, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for supporting everything that we do here on this platform for our family. Thank you so much. And of course, I cannot go without addressing the royal family by saying this. I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother. And now, family, I want to make sure that everybody understands this right from the beginning. This lesson here tonight is not going to be for the faint of heart. It's not going to be, because tonight, everything about me is going to come out as far as who I am and how real I can actually get, because we have a real subject that we need to talk about here tonight, and it is called disobedience. Disobedience, oh yeah. And I know so many people have already strayed away from hearing this lesson, and that is 100% fine. Why? Because we don't need disobedient people in our family. So the more that drop off, the better it is for us, because that's more streamlined and more focused. Okay, so we are going to jump right into this here tonight. So family, I want you to please open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha. We are going to start this off in the book of Exodus. So just to go ahead and get you there. All right, go ahead and get you the book of Exodus. But before we begin, I want to tell you where all this came from, why we are doing this lesson here tonight. First of all, number one, this is not in response. Well, I guess it is. I guess it could be. But this is in regards to a sister on Instagram who decides that she's going to put out a Bible lesson that says that our sisters, our queens and princesses in Israel, are able to wear pants. Now, this entire lesson is not going to be about that, but we are going to kick this off with disproving that. And why? Because it is a form of disobedience. And I'm being very serious when I say this here. You sisters better stand down when it comes to this. So what I'm going to do, as I always do, I'm going to bring in the scriptures to prove this point. I'm using the scriptures and nothing else but the scriptures and things to back up what the scriptures say when it involves the world, okay? Because this doctrine, and it's a false doctrine, that our queens and princesses are able to wear pants, and it is going to lead you to death. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's just jump right in. First of all, the one thing I want to do right now, as you already know, the king of definitions, I want you to please open your ears. I'm going to read you the definition of disobedience. The definition of disobedience. Here it is. Disobedience, a noun. Failure or refusal to obey rules or someone in authority. So let's get some of these sight words as well that goes along with it. Similar, insubordination, indiscipline, misbehavior, misconduct, delinquency, rebellion, defiance, mutiny, revolt, non-compliance, awkwardness, perversity, mischief, roguery, that's a good one, carryings on, infraction, all those things. Just in case if you didn't get what the definition was, all those similar words right there just told you exactly what disobedience is. And that is why us Israelites are in the condition that we are in today, because of disobedience. Because we're hard-headed, a stiff-necked, rebellious people, and we don't want to listen. Just like this sister that's out there pumping this false doctrine that our queens and our princesses are able to wear pants. So, before we even get to the scriptures, okay? First, remember, I told you, go ahead and mark it for the book of Exodus because that's where we are going to start. Now, in the book of Exodus and also others, there is a certain term that is used to describe what pants are in the Bible. It is the biblical name for pants, and it's called breeches. Breeches, breeches. So what we're going to do before we even get into the scriptures, just so that you have a complete understanding of what breeches are, we are going to get the definitions of those. So here we go. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to show you what this is. Please listen closely, family. Britches. Now let's stop there for a second. What are britches? I know many of you like, he just said breeches. Okay, britches is a different way of saying breeches. And I'm going to prove it here in a second. So for many of you from the South, y'all know that term. That's more of a Southern term than anything else. Britches. You know when you heard somebody say, pull up your britches, boy, it's talking about your pants. And I'm going to prove it right now. Britches. Informal term of breeches. Informal term of breeches. They are one and the same. It is a biblical term, and you're going to find that out. Breeches, knee breeches, knee pants, knickerbockers, knickers, trousers, ending above the knee, plural form, the form of a word that is used to denote more than one, meaning that it has more than one definition when it comes to the length of these pants. I'm going to get that here too. Next, why are pants called breeches? Here it is. The word breeches appears around 1200. It comes from the Old English word breck, the plural of brock, meaning a garment for the legs and trunk. Britches are also short trousers, are also short trousers that extend to or below the knee. But when speaking informally, britches is a term that may refer to any trousers. Right then and there, right in your face. Now, why am I going so deep into this? Because this sister here chose to say, and it's not just her, it's several of these numbskull knucklehead sisters that says that britches or breeches are underwear. That's how they try to come with this. Oh, it's underwear. It's not talking about pants. They're underwear. They're undergarments. So, of course, as you know, as I always do, we are going to bring this out. So now it mentions trousers. So now we have to get the definition of trousers. Let's get it. Trousers. An outer garment covering the body from the waist to the ankles with a separate part for each leg. An outer. Now, I don't know about you, and I don't know about any other sane human being on the planet, but your underwear are worn inside of your pants. So just by the world's definition alone, britches, breeches, trousers are all one and the same, and they are an outer garment. Now, that's just to the world standards. We haven't even gotten into the scriptures yet. So let's go right now, all right? I want you to go to Exodus chapter 28 and verse 1. The book of Exodus, chapter 28 and verse 1. And I'm starting off at verse 1 here because I'm going to show you who this is talking to. Remember, we have to make sure things are in its proper context. Watch this. Exodus chapter 28, verse 1. And take thou unto thee, Aaron, thy brother. So who's Aaron? Aaron is the brother of Moses. And take thou unto thee, Aaron, thy brother, and his sons with him from among the children of Israel. So it's talking about the children of Israel, but a specific people of the children of Israel. It's talking to the males, the men, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's sons. Aaron's sons. Aaron, Israelite, and his sons, the children of Israel that are men. In this here, did it mention a woman at all? No, it did not. So it is talking about the men of Israel. So now what we're going to do, we're going to jump down to verse 40. I just want to make sure that you understood that this is talking about the men, the brothers. So now let's go down to verse 40. Watch this. And for Aaron's sons, thou shalt make coats. I want you to remember coats. Please. I'm planting the seed. And thou shalt make them girdles. Now, if you don't know what a girdle is a belt. And bonnets shall thou make for them for glory and for beauty. For glory and for beauty. So what is the Most High doing right now? What is he doing? He is making sure that we understand that this is the attire of the priest. Let's continue. Which are all the men. Let me back that up. This is for all the sons of Aaron, because all of the men of Israel are priests. Verse 41. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother and his sons with him, and shalt anoint them and consecrate them and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. Verse 42. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness from the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach. So now wait a second here. It talked about coats. It talked about the girdle. It even talked about a bonnet, talked about a hat. And so now it's going into the pants that they have to wear, the bottom garments. Let me continue. Verse 43. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come in unto the tabernacle of the congregation, or when they come near the altar to minister in the holy place, that they bear not iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever unto him and his seed after him, saying that they must wear pants. They must wear pants. They must wear pants forever. And why must they wear these pants forever? Because they cannot wear dresses. They cannot wear what women wear according to Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. Let's get it there. Let's get it. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. Watch this. Watch this. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. Simple. Now let's go back. Exodus chapter 28. Go back to verse 43. As a matter of fact, go back to verse 42. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness from the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach. Now, here you have these breeches that the Most High said for the sons of Aaron and for the Israelites to wear forever. For the Israelite men to wear forever. All the way down. Meaning, Deuteronomy 22 and 5 is always going to be an establishment. Always. That the men wear pants and the women wear dresses or skirts. That's what the Bible says. That is what it says. So let me ask you a question now, family. Because we have to break this all the way down to the common denominator. We got to break it all the way down to the brass tacks, because you're going to have an idiot that is going to sit there and continue to say that these are underwear. So here we have the Most High mention a coat. He mentioned the girdle. He mentioned the hat. So you mean through all of that, you mean to tell me that the Most High went ahead and forgot? The Most High made a mistake to put the pants on our brothers. Oh, so they're going to wear this, but here are these damn underwear. So if these were indeed underwear, and for some people, they say that these men were wearing these long freaking dresses, because that's what she even tried to say, that the men were wearing dresses. Can you imagine that? This damn devil. Why would he even mention the underwear? Why? You know why? Because it's not talking about underwear, it's talking about pants. As we see, even the world understands what breeches, britches, and trousers are their pants. That's okay. So now we are going to go to Exodus chapter 39, because of course we got to bang it with the precepts. We got to bang them with them precepts, because we can leave no stones unturned. So I want you to go to Exodus chapter 39, go down to verse 22. Exodus 39, verse 22. And I'm going to read this, and I want y'all to pay very, very close attention. Watch this. And he made the robe of the ephod of woven work, all of blue. And I want y'all to pay attention to this. And there was an hole in the midst of the robe, and the hole of the harpagian, with a band round about the hole that it should not rend. And they made upon the hems of the robe pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet and twine linen. The hem of the garden. What is this? The hem of the garment. What is this? These are fringes. Not just fringes, not just the ones that we wear, but also some fancy ones. Some fancy ones. Watch, let's continue. And they made bells of pure gold and put the bells between the pomegranates. Stop. I don't think you caught that. Verse 25, I'm going to read it again. And they made bells of pure gold. Bells of pure gold. So if you're not understanding, let me break this down here for a second. They were wearing gold, pure gold on their garments. Where do y'all think we get it from? Where do you think this comes from? It comes from our ancestors. That is why I hate those damn stupid Christmas and Easter movies where they show the Israelites in these dusty, disgusting, torn, tattered robes, and they're all dusty and ashy and looking all stank. That is not how our people were. We weren't like that back then, and we're not like that today at all. Where do you think we rock this jewelry and all this? Where do you think we get it from? We get this from our ancestors. They was rocking gold on the hem of their garment, on the hem of their garments. Pure gold. Pure. Before the alchemists came into the world. Let's continue. Verse 25. And they made bells of pure gold and put the bells between the pomegranates upon the hem of the garment round about between the pomegranates. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with pomegranates, these are the different forms of, some people call them tassels today. But, you know, you have the long band of them, and they're like little bells. They're like little dangling balls, ornaments that hang on it, because there's different types of fringes. You've seen them. If you went to go buy fringes before, you've seen them. You know what I'm talking about. All right, verse 26. A bell and a pomegranate round about the hem of the robe to minister in, as the Lord commanded Moses. Now, this is talking about one of the priestly robes. Now, with this priestly robe, watch. And they made coats of fine linen of woven work for Aaron and his sons. There is the separation. The how can I say this? The high-ranking priests, they wore one thing, and the sons of Aaron wore something else. Watch this. And they made coats. Now remember, a coat is open, and they made coats of fine linen of woven work for Aaron and for his sons, and a mitre, which is the hats of fine linen, and goodly bonnets of fine linen, and linen breeches of fine twine linen. It says it again. These pants with an open coat. Remember, a coat opens. So you mean to tell me that the sons of Aaron was running around with a coat, dope hat, gold, everything, blinging, and he was doing it in his drawers? Come on now. Come on now. This is common sense, family. This is straight up common sense, all right? So that was that. So now I want you to go to Leviticus. Let's go to Leviticus. I want you to go to Leviticus chapter 6, please. Leviticus chapter 6, go down to verse 10. Like I said, we're going to put all stupidity to bed tonight. All right? And then we're going to smother it with a pillow and kill it. And the priest shall put on his linen garment, and his linen breeches shall he put upon his flesh, and take up the ashes which the fire hath consumed with the burnt offering on the altar, and he shall put them beside the altar. So again, it's letting you know that this priest has to put on his top garment and his bottom garment. Precept. We were just reading Exodus. Now this is Leviticus. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Okay? Now I want you to go to Leviticus chapter 16. Leviticus chapter 16, go down to verse 4, please. Leviticus chapter 16 and verse 4. Watch this. He shall put on the holy linen coat. Let you know the coat again. Remember, that's what I was telling you earlier. Remember coat. And he shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, and shall be girded with a linen girdle. Let me stop right there for a second now. Let me ask you a question. Do you have to put a belt on your underwear? No. And if any person have ever had to put a belt on your underwear, I suggest you change your wardrobe. Either that or you a nasty ass that you have that much. Oh, let me shut up. Let me shut up. Let me keep going. And with the linen mitre shall he be attired. There it is again. These are the holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. Family. What did the Bible just say? I'm going to read it again for those that didn't get it. These are holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. What did the Most High tell the Israelites? What did he say? You got to wash your ass before putting on these garments. Now, we just went over exactly how we get fresh. First of all, we got these garments that's dipped out in gold, right? And we've had other lessons that we discuss when it comes to us and how we dress. So this is no different than today. Kings, princes, hear me out here. Back me up. You know right now that we got that one outfit. We got that banger. We got that banger outfit. The banger that we know when we put this on, we stepping out. We're going to be crushing it. And so what is it? So what is it right here? What does the Most High tell us to do? All the way back then. So what do? We know when we get ready to go out, we get our garment on, right? Boom. We get in the shower. We wash our ass, right? We wash our ass. So what happens when we get out the shower? We step out. Oh, we know we dipped. You know what I'm saying? That we, depending on what you're doing that night. And then what? We put on our garments and we dipped out. And we fresh, and we step out into that world. Where do you think we get this from? This is our history. The Most High is making sure that we know our history so that we can identify with these people all the way back then. We can identify with our ancestors because we are our ancestors. This is not difficult. This is not rocket science. It truly, truly isn't. So now, with that being said, I want us to please go to Ezekiel chapter 44. Are we not done? because we got to hit these precepts. So clearly by now, you already know that breeches are pants, and the Most High said that you sisters cannot wear them. But if you want to continue to be disobedient, just wait for the rest of this lesson. Watch this. Ezekiel chapter 44, verse 18. Ezekiel chapter 44, verse 18. This is the killer. This is my favorite. This is the 1-2 combo punch that is going to knock out that false doctrine. Watch this. They shall have linen bonnets upon their heads, and shall have linen breeches upon their loins. They shall not gird themselves with anything that causeth sweat. They shall not gird themselves. Now again, this is talking about the sons of Aaron, the men, the brothers in Israel. All the way back then, the Most High said, y'all niggas cannot be wearing tight pants. Y'all cannot be wearing tight pants. Why? Because it causes sweat. So if something is causing sweat, what is it going to cause? Sisters, answer that question in the live chat. What is a sweaty bum going to cause? Come on, queens and princesses. Y'all know. Y'all know. Okay, ready for the answer? It causes yeast. With them tight jeans, nigga. That's why they're making these damn jeans so tight today. It's ridiculous. So a lot of us, we can't even go out and go buy jeans anymore because they're all tight. They wrap around the ankles. They wrap around your nuts. There's no swinging going on. None. You all packed up in there. And we can't wear that. So, this is why it's the banger. Because, sisters, if the Most High told us that we cannot wear it, what in the hell makes you think that you can? Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. The reason why monostat actually exists is because of your disobedience. That's why. That's why they marketed it for you. For you. Because if yeast will grow and mount up in the gooch of a man under his nuts, what do you think is going to happen to you? What do you think happens to you when you wear them tight pants? Come on now. Come on now, talk to me. You already know what happens. You already know what happens. You get yeast infections. You get the itchy crotch. Oh yeah, you get the burning lips. You get all that stuff. You know what it is. That's why the Most High said you sisters have to wear dresses. Why? Because you need an open flow down there so it can air out. That's just plain biology. That's science. Straight up science. And y'all know y'all not supposed to be wearing pants. You know this already. But you have the disobedient sister. And let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you why. I'm just going to be real. Let me just be real. Do you know why you sisters want to wear pants? Do you know why? Because you want to show how fat that ass is. That's why you wear pants. I'm going to say it. You want to show that curve. You want to show that body. Not only to brothers, but also to the sisters to show that, yo, I don't got no competition. I got that fat ass. That's me. That's me. And you were taught that. You were taught that by your mothers, your aunts, by your friends, by everybody. You were taught that by Esau. Because Esau went ahead and pimped y'all out. Esau made you sex objects. Esau wanted to make sure that you were showing off your curves when the Most High God said you have to dress modestly. Oh yeah, I'm keeping it gangster tonight. I'm keeping it very thorough tonight. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. That is the only reason why. You say, I'm comfortable. No, you're not comfortable. You want to show that ass. That's what it is. And let me tell you something. That ass is going to get you killed. It's going to get you put in the dirt. It's going to get that fire on your back. I'm telling you right now. So y'all can get mad at me all you want to. Y'all can be like, oh, Mike, shut up. I ain't shutting up nothing. I'm telling you it's real. I'm trying to help save your life. Now, let me tell y'all something right now. As far as this. Kings, if you have wives and daughters that just refuse to get out of pants, you got a problem on your hands. You got a problem. And you should be pissed right now. You should be upset. You should be upset. Very, very upset. You know why? Because that is her disobedience. And you know what that is? It's called feminism. It's called feminism. That term means so much more than what it's slated to be. No, that term, let me tell you something. Feminism means I ain't doing nothing no man tells me. I'm not even going to use the term nigga, none of that stuff. No, I'm not going to do what my king tells me to do. Now, what does the king tell the woman and the children to do? To obey the commandments of the Most High God. And do it with authority. Not saying be an asshole. Do it with authority, saying this is what's going down in this house. Why? Because the Most High said that I am the one that makes sure that these commandments are kept. That is his role, queen. If you got a problem with that, oh the hell well. Take it up with the Most High. And if you choose to disrespect your king like this, then guess what? You are disrespecting him. Because these are his commandments. Not your king's. He is just enforcing them. But guess what? We are going to learn what's going to happen to the disobedient. For those that will not allow, or those who want to combat your king with keeping the commandments when all he's trying to do is keep you and your family safe from the wrath of the Most High that's coming. Let's get into that. Let's get into it. First of all, let's start with this. I bring this out all the time. I'm going to bring it out again. In regards to the dress code, I want you to go to Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with this, here is the consequence of being out of dress code. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. That is the promise. The Most High said, for those of you, first of all, you men that want to wear women's garments, and you women that want to wear men's garments, and those of you who choose not to put fringes on your garments on the day of the Lord's sacrifice, you are being destroyed. Destroyed, killed, done. And we are going to get into how. Oh, we're going to get into how. But I wanted to bring that one out there because that is specific to the dress code. With the dress code, guess what? You have a problem with it. And do you know why you have a problem with it? Because it's the Most High's commandments, just like we've always had. We've always had a problem with his commandments all the way in the garden, just like we learned last week. Am I lying? Or am I telling you the truth? I got choked up there for a second. Telling you. Whew. All right, so now I want to go to the book of Ezekiel. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel. I want you to go to chapter 21. Ezekiel chapter 21. Go down to verse 3, please. Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 3. Pay very close attention. And say to the land of Israel. Who? The land of Israel. Talking to the Israelites. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I am against thee, and I will draw forth my sword out of its sheath, and will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked. Seeing then that I will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked, therefore shall my sword go forth. Shall my sword go forth out of his sheath against all flesh from the south to the north. What did the Lord promise? He said he is going to draw his sword and he's coming for blood, and he is going to destroy those disobedient Israelites that choose to break the commandments. That's plain as day. Oh, when I tell you, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of what we're getting into. Because now, what we're going to do is transition into the Most High not playing mode. That's what we're going to get into. We are going to show just how much the Most High is not playing with us. He ain't playing. He ain't playing no games. He's playing no games at all. And this here is one of the biggest wake-up calls that our people could ever receive. Why? Because we play around and we joke and we don't take this word seriously. We sit there, we listen. We are still indoctrinated with Christianity. We still have Christianity up here, where Christianity said that we can do whatever we want to. Christianity says you don't got to keep the laws. Christianity says, hey, do whatever you want. All you got to do is say, Jesus, forgive me, and you're forgiven. That ain't what the Bible says. That is not what these scriptures say. Actually, quite the contrary. Now, I want you to go now to Amos chapter 9. The book of Amos chapter 9, verse 1. Right out the gate, watch this. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar. And I want you to create this in your head. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Do you see what the Lord said? He said, I'm cutting heads off. I'm slicing them right down the middle. Boom. He ain't playing. He is not playing with us. And we have to get that Christianity mindset out of our lives, that the Most High and Christ and the angels are just going to be sitting there and be all Skittles and their rainbows and teddy bears upon their return. They are coming for blood. They coming to kill. They are coming to destroy. And who does it reference? Right now, this is all talking about us. This is all talking about Israel. Oh, the other nations are going to get it. But we tend to usually like to talk about them all the time. No. Now it's time to talk about us. Now it's time to talk about Israel. The foot in our ass. And the Most High ain't playing. He ain't playing. So now I want you to go to Micah, the book of Micah. Let's go here to chapter 6. Micah chapter 6. And I want you to go to verse 14. Let's get some more. Now, do y'all see how these are all precepts? How these are all saying the same thing? Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Watch this. Verse 14. Thou shalt eat, but not be satisfied. And thy casting down shall be in the midst of thee, and thou shalt take hold, but shalt not deliver. And that which thou deliverest will I give up to the sword. Is it sinking in? Is it making sense? Is it making sense that the Most High ain't playing with us? Now, for some of you, you're saying, all he doing is reading the Old Testament. Okay, let's get the New Testament. I want you to go to Matthew. Go to the book of Matthew. Let's go right now to chapter 21. Matthew chapter 21, and I want you to go to verse 41. Matthew chapter 21, verse 41. Watch this. They say unto him, he will miserably destroy those wicked men. I'll read that again. I got to read that again. They say unto him, he will miserably destroy those wicked men and will let out his vineyard unto the husbandmen. Let me read that again. Unto other husbandmen, which shall render him the fruits in their seasons. That's self-explanatory. He's going to destroy who? These wicked men and the other husbandmen as well. He's going to destroy Israel and them other nations. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm going to read that one more time. They say unto him, he will miserably destroy those wicked men and will let out his vineyard unto other husbandmen. His vineyard, meaning that line that's going, which shall render him the fruit in their seasons, meaning in their time. Meaning that it doesn't always mean the last days, meaning that you about to catch that ass whooping now. Now. Let's continue. Now, I want you to go to Mark chapter 12, the book of Mark chapter 12. Go down to verse 9, please. Mark chapter 12 and verse 9. Watch this. Watch this. This is Christ talking. What shall therefore the Lord of the vineyard do? Woo! Precept. We just talked about the vineyard, the vine. Here it is again. What shall therefore the Lord of the vineyard do? He will come and destroy the husbandmen and will give the vineyard unto others. So as you see here, Christ ain't coming to play no games. He ain't coming to play no games. He's coming to kill. He's coming for blood. He is coming to put his foot in the ass of these evil, wicked ass Israelites. Those with their phony false doctrines, which includes women can wear pants and also multiple wives and every other false doctrine out there. Now, I want you to go to the book of Luke. And did you see how all these are saying the same thing? Old Testament, New Testament, New Testament, Old Testament. As I always say, the Old Testament is the New Testament concealed and the New Testament is the Old Testament revealed. All the same thing. They all say the same thing. All right, I want you to go to Luke chapter 20 and go down to verse 16, please. Luke chapter 20 and verse 16. Watch this. Again, Christ talking. He shall come and destroy these husbandmen and shall give the vineyard to others. And when they heard it, they said, God forbid. God forbid. Oh, Lord, please, no, don't let that happen. Oh, please, Lord, no, don't let that happen. Because them brothers and sisters back there had their minds right. At least some of them did. Just like some of us here do today. Oh, Lord, I don't want none of that. Oh, please don't bring none of that smoke. I don't want none of your smoke, Father. I don't want it. Let me just do what you say. Let me just do what you tell me to do. Okay? I can't box with you. And that's what it's saying. Again, do you see all these precepts saying the same thing over and over and over? But yet, our people don't want to listen. So now, continuing in the New Testament, I want you to go to Acts chapter 3 and go down to verse 23, please. Acts chapter 3, verse 23. Watch this. And it shall come to pass, meaning a future time, that every soul which will not hear that prophet shall be destroyed from among the people. Okay, if you didn't get that, I'm going to read it once again. And it shall come to pass that every soul which will not hear that prophet shall be destroyed from among the people. That is a guarantee, meaning that you are going to be picked like a weed and tossed to the side and burned from within the Israelites because you choose not to listen, because you choose not to hear. You want to do your own thing. That's what you want to do. You don't want to do what the Most High tell you to do. You want to do your own thing. You want to come up with your own doctrine. You want to listen to stupid, silly ass sisters and their false doctrines. You want to listen to these brothers out here and say you can have multiple wives and do the things that you want to do. Oh, don't worry about that. No. Don't worry. Don't worry. All you got to do is just say, hey, Jesus, forgive me, and it's all forgiven. There's works involved. So now let's go back to Deuteronomy. I want you to go to Deuteronomy chapter 6. Deuteronomy chapter 6. I want you to go to verse 15, please. I told you I'm showing everything. Watch this. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, Israel, among us. Lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. And destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Again, another guarantee. So I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you because you don't listen. You don't want to take instructions. You want to do whatever you want to do. This is both king and queen, prince and princess. You don't want to do what I tell you to do. So I'm just going to kill you. Problem solved. Is that what you want? Is that what you're looking for? Is that what you want your end to be? You make the decision now. All right. So now let's go to Joshua chapter 23. The book of Joshua chapter 23. Go down to verse 15, please. Joshua chapter 23, verse 15. Watch this. Therefore it shall come to pass, future time, that as all good things are come upon you, which the Lord your God promised you, so shall the Lord bring upon you all evil things. I'm going to read that one more time. So shall the Lord bring upon you all evil things, until he have destroyed you from off this good land, which the Lord your God hath given you, which ye have transgressed the covenant of the Lord your God, meaning broke these commandments, which he commanded you, and have gone and served other gods, listening to white Jesus, and bowed yourselves to them. Then shall the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and ye shall perish quickly. You shall die quick, fast, from off the good land which he hath given unto you. So these other gods that you want to serve, guess what that is? That's white Jesus. That's Catholicism. That's Islam. That's harsh Krishna. That's Buddha. That's yourself. That's your own doctrine. The doctrine of me. The doctrine of disobedience. I'm going to do what I want to do. Why? Because I just want to be disobedient. I don't want to do what the Most High tells me to do. Damn it. I'm going to do me. I hate that damn term. I'm going to do me. It's so annoying. It's so damn annoying. But let's continue. I digress. Now, I want to go to Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah. I want you to go to chapter 24. Hopefully, y'all are getting this here tonight, family. Hopefully, you getting it tonight. Jeremiah chapter 24. I want you to go down to verse 10. Watch this. And I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them, till they be consumed from off the land that I gave unto them and to their fathers. The lineage, our ancestry going all the way back. The promise was for them, and it is for us too. Nothing's changed. The very same people dipped out in all that gold, all that silver, with the pomegranate, with the dope fringes and all that. Oh, yeah. He said, guess what? Y'all niggas don't keep my commandments. I'm killing all of you. Going all the way back. And guess what? He damn sure did, didn't he? Now I want you to go to, stay in the book of Jeremiah. Go back to chapter 9. Go to chapter 9. And I want you to go down to verse 16, please. Watch this. I will scatter them also among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known, and I will send a sword after them till I have consumed them. Woo! 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 Wow! What did the Most High say? What was that promise? I'm gonna get you Israelites, my children, my babies. For you disobedient asses, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you into slavery, and I'm going to use Esau as a sword to beat your ass. I'm going to have him do the most disgusting, vile things to you because you chose to break my commandments. I gave you the opportunity. I told you to keep my commandments, but no, you want to do you. I'm going to do me. And guess what the Most High says? You gonna do you? Well, nigga, I'm gonna do me too. I'm gonna do me. And guess what? You can't do you if I don't let you. You can't do you, nigga, if I don't let you, because I'm gonna kill your ass. I'm gonna take you off this earth. Did you see how many times they made that promise? Do you see how many times the prophets have made that promise that the Most High said? He said, I'm gonna wipe you off the face of the earth. I don't think you understand what that says. I'm going to wipe you off the face of the earth entirely. And that's not talking about annihilation. That's talking about I'm going to kill you, I'm going to put you in the dirt, and then I'm going to raise you up again, and I'm going to kill you again. That's the scriptures. This is the Bible that I'm reading. And you're not going to hear this in a Christian church. You're not going to hear this in any other church. You're not going to hear this in Islam. You're not going to hear it anywhere. You're going to hear it right here. And I'm going to bring it out to you unapologetically. And if you choose to flee, goodbye. All right? Now, I want you to go to Ezekiel chapter 9, please. Ezekiel chapter 9. I want you to go to verse 6, please. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 6. Watch this. Slay utterly old and young. Slay utterly old and young. Both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. What is this promise? What is this promise? Let me break it down. Slay. You know what slay means? Slay means to kill, to destroy, utterly, old and young. You know what that means? That means that's your mother, that's your father, that's your grandmother, that's your grandfather, that is your child, that's your baby, that is your favorite child, that is your favorite son, that's your favorite daughter, that is the least favorite son, the least favorite daughter, that is your niece, that is your nephew, that is your uncle. That doesn't matter. The Most High said, kill them all. Kill them all. The Most High don't play no games. He don't play no games at all. You know who y'all used to? Let me show you. This is who y'all used to. Y'all used to this nigga right here. This damn disgusting vile devil that we learned about last week, the beast. And this nigga told you that you could do whatever you want. Here he is, all smiles, holding this stupid ass lamb. Look at these dumbass pictures. This is who you have in your head. This is who Christianity has crippled you with. That's who they crippled you with. They didn't teach you about the real Jesus, the real big black Messiah, our big brother. They didn't teach you about him because he is all about destruction. But you can't teach that. You cannot teach doom and gloom in a Christian church because that doesn't produce no money. Now, let me stop for a second. I want to paint a picture right now. I want to paint this picture. Here we are reading about all of this destruction that's coming, right? How many of you have taken this seriously? Let me get close. How many of you has this really jarred your spirit to where you said, you know what? I got to make a change. I got to make a change because if I don't make a change, this fire is coming. All of these promises that the Most High spoke about that is going to happen through Christ and the angels when they come back, when they rip and crack that sky. What's going to happen to you? You're going to die. And why are you going to die? Because you're not keeping the commandments. Because you want to do you. Because all you want to do is listen to false doctrines. All you want to do is ignore what the Most High told us. All you want to do is worry about you and your happiness. What makes you happy versus you. First starting with the kings. You kings. For those of you who choose to bitch up and not do what you're supposed to do, who want to follow your own heart. Because you kings, I really want you to pay attention to all this fire that's around right now. And guess what? You are going to be responsible for so many people being in this burning fire. Why? Because the Most High gave you a responsibility. He gave you the responsibility, just like we read earlier here today. We are the priest. You were the priest. You were the priest of your household. You were the one. You were the one that was supposed to save your wife, your children, your mothers. Guess what? You were supposed to be the person to do it. And now, guess what? They're right here in the fire that burns with you. I want you to think about this. I want you to think. You are looking over right now at your child as that child is screaming and panicking and burning in pain because you let him down. That child's looking at you. You mothers that take your daughters and put them in pants and tell them, hey, you know what? I'm going to train you up to show off that body, to show off that curve. And guess what? You are them. You're responsible. You are responsible for them being in that fire as that child is sitting there and screaming and billowing in pain because you let them down. They sat there and said, I trusted you, but you let me down. I'm burning. What's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? You are going to continue to burn in this fire because you chose to be selfish and you chose to be disobedient and you chose to kill your children and all those around you. You chose because you didn't open your mouth, because you chose to be a punk and you chose to just run and run away. And now, here it is, in this fire right now, burning, and you can't do nothing about it. Why? Because you are burning right along with them. That's what it is. You don't believe me? Let's go back to the scriptures. Now I want you to go to Revelation chapter 21. Go down to verse 8. Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. Watch this. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable, which we read about earlier, you sisters and you brothers that want to cross-dress, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Not that first death, not the way that he's going to destroy you. Like I said earlier, he's going to kill you and bring you back just to burn you. Just to sit there and roast you up forever. And just when you think it's the end, it is only the beginning. Now, I want you to go to Revelation chapter 20 and verse 14. Revelation chapter 20 and verse 14. Watch this. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. I had to bring out that precept. Now, what's going to happen? As a matter of fact, I want you to go to Revelation chapter 2. Revelation chapter 2, and I want you to go to verse 11. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 11. Watch this. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. You see that? He that overcometh, he that chooses to keep the commandments, he who chooses to be obedient will not endure that second death. There's no need. Why? Because you were obedient and the promise is for you. The promise of eternal life, the promise of the kingdom, the promise that you will be able to walk through the entrance of the kingdom. And it all belongs to you. Why? Because you chose to be obedient. Now, I want you to go to Revelation. Now, let's jump back to chapter 20. And I want you to go down to verse 6, please. Revelation chapter 20 and verse 6. Let's close it out with this. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power, but they shall be priests of God and of Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. That second death has no power. The second death has no power over any person who chooses to keep the commandments. And if you choose not to keep the commandments, you're going to burn. And you're going to burn forever. And it's going to be all your fault. You can't blame anybody else. When you stand in front of the Most High, you have to give an account for all the things that you did, all the things that you chose to do. And nobody's going to save you. Nobody. Everything that you do now matters. Everything that you do now matters. So you can keep trying to put things off. You can keep trying to say, oh, I don't have my fringes. Oh, I don't have the money. Oh, you know what? I'm just not ready. You don't know when your last breath is. You better stop that foolishness. You don't know when you are going to take your last breath. You don't know what's going to happen. And not only for your own life, but also for the life of others. You don't know when their last breath is either. So what did you do? What did you do to help save their lives? What did you do? You are going to be counted on this. You're going to be graded. It's coming. That time is coming. There is an actual date in the future when you are going to stand in front of the Most High. You are going to stand in front of the judgment seat and have to get an account for all the things that you have done. So if you haven't done anything yet, your ass better get started now. Right now. Because your life depends on it. And if you think this is a joke, if you think this is a game, if you think for 1 second after all the things that we read here tonight that the Most High is playing with you and that he's going to show favor for you not keeping his commandments, you are an idiot, you are a fool, and you deserve to die. And that's the bottom line. Israel, I'm so glad that we was able to go over this here tonight. I am so glad that I was able to bring this to you raw and uncut, only the way that I will deliver it. I am glad that I was able to destroy that stupid false doctrine of our sisters are able to wear pants. I'm just telling you right now, family, the time for playing is over. As you already see, it's the last days. All the things happening right now, all the prophecies coming. And if you want to continue to play around, then like I said, I say this from the bottom of my heart, die! Just go ahead and die. Do it now. Why wait? Because there's so many of us who are sidelined and freaking backtracked because of idiots that don't want to keep the commandments and don't want to do what the Most High says. You're stopping the progress. That's what it's all about. You're stopping the progress. You are a hindrance to us. So just die. Just go ahead. Or get yourself together, stop playing, keep the commandments, and let's usher in Christ and the angels and respect the Most High and do what he says. Sound like a really good plan, right? I hope y'all willing to join, because guess what? The end is here. And with that being said, Israel, I love you. I'm out.